Saturday, July 6th, Toronto, Ontario, Canada becomes the home of the 2024 Money in the Bank. One of the biggest questions each year is who? Who will literally climb the ladder and grab the proverbial brass ring? Well, it's actually a briefcase. But nonetheless, that's what's led me to this. Who is most loves wrestling top 5 men and women that could become the next Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank? But first, thank you for selecting Most Love Wrestling. I want to thank you again for making me achieve my mini milestone of 20 subs and 20 likes on a single video. But there's always another mountain to climb. We've done 20, now let's get 30 subs and 30 likes on a single upload. But that can't happen if you don't hit the like button, subscribe to my bullshit, and share it with a friend. Oh yeah, and while you're there, hit the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing and think that others deserve to bear witness, the notification bell is how you make it possible. So we're going to start with the men, and I want to start with some honourable mentions. So the 5 men's honourable mentions: LA Knight, Bron Breakker, Chad Gable, AJ Styles, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, I know you thought LA Knight would make the list, but truth be told, I think with him being locked up with Logan Paul, I don't see the Money in the Bank on his 2024 to-do list. And whilst Bron Breakker could use it, he really doesn't need it. And I'd prefer a world where Bron Breakker just runs over whoever is the champion in order to secure his spot. I don't want to see him picking the carcasses. Number 5, Carmelo Hayes. He is athletic, he is charismatic, quite simply, he is him. There's clearly a want for Carmelo Hayes' success in management. They keep putting him in stories and matches with SmackDown's main event seat. Maybe this just isn't to see if he sinks or swims. I think there's a possibility it could be to make the casual audience and the people that didn't watch NXT more familiar with him, all in preparation of making him Mr. Money in the Bank. Number 4, Ludwig Kaiser. He is Gunther's minion or henchman, whichever you prefer. Gunther is the winner of the King of the Ring and is headed to SummerSlam to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's highly likely that the ring general is walking out at the biggest party of the summer, Raw's brand new Kingpin. Now Ludwig has been getting a singles push. He recently defeated Sheamus, and injury or no injury, he did it clean. But still, Gunther is a final boss level character, and they may want to use the Money in the Bank as a way that he can feasibly step up to his overlord, the Ring General. Number 3, Finn Balor. Damian Priest is the current World Heavyweight Champion. The drama and turmoil has been what's fueled the WWE in 2024, so why not add just a little bit more? If you're the World Heavyweight Champion and your boy is Mr. Money in the Bank, would you trust him? Judgment Day for a long time has been on a course of breakup. Liv's already sowing the seeds and doing the damage. What if in reality, Finn's already feeling like he's ready to go solo? What if he agrees with Drew McIntyre in the idea that Damian Priest is the paper champion? If he had Money in the Bank, he could definitely set that straight. If we look at the landscape right now, at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's Gunther v Damian Priest. But what if it's not Gunther or Priest that's walking out of SummerSlam as champion? What if it's the Prince himself? Finn has a well-documented history with the event, and who says that he's done making it? Number 2, Ilya Dragunov. Simply put, he's on a collision course with Gunther, and the consensus is Gunther is winning the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. But after SummerSlam comes Bash in Berlin, and with both these guys' Germanic ties, they would surefire be the main event. But how do we get Ilya, a relative newcomer, into the title picture so soon? Well, that's easy when you got the Money in the Bank, a tool that could even explain Michael Cole getting the championship opportunity. Not that there is any comparison between Ilya and Michael Cole, but he could win the briefcase and make it known that he wants the winner of SummerSlam in the main event of Bash in Berlin. And because it's Ilya Dragunov, I can see him saying it ahead of time. Ilya doesn't pet me as the kind of guy that runs in on people that are prone and takes advantage of them. As he said,
I fight people, and I break them, but I don't fight broken people.
Number 1, main event Jey Uso. Now, can he finish his story? Not if his relatives have anything to do with it, but if his family don't know that he's going for the championship, then they can't stop him. And you may say, well, Jimmy Uso is the one that cost him, and Jimmy Uso is injured. Well, my friend, I don't see Solo Sikoa being very complimentary of Big Brother Jay becoming the world's champion outside of the bloodline. So believe me, if he sees it scheduled, it's highly likely that he's gonna pull up. But with the Money in the Bank, they would literally have to follow him everywhere. And Solo Sikoa may be directionless, but even he don't have time for that. So the Money in the Bank will make Jay free to be able to finish his story, and he could win his first singles title. He was the number 1 draft pick. He is being the number 1 babyface on Monday nights. and he sells a shitload of merch too. So if you're management, putting the strap on Jey Uso is a no-brainer. And with the pending Bloodline Civil War, it wouldn't hurt to have an elevated Jey Uso, which even the tribal chief Roman Reigns has to acknowledge. For the 5 women's honorable mentions, I've got Lyra Valkyria, Blair Davenport, Naomi, Dakota Kai, and Natalya. And I know Lyra Valkyria deserves to be on the list. Naomi too, but the reason why I see them as less likely than the 5 that are coming on the list, because I feel like it's too early for Lyra. She just went to the finals of the King of the Ring. There is such thing as giving too much too soon. Plus, I don't see a world where Io Sky lets that happen. And with Naomi, I just genuinely can't see it, even though she deserves it. They just have a problem with pulling the trigger on her, and for the life of me, I can't tell you why. But for that reason is why she doesn't make the list of who I think will become Money in the Bank. Oh, and the reason why Natalya is an honourable mention, remember she said,
enough is enough. It's time for a change.
Maybe that's how she gets herself back to the top of the division. But I don't think that's likely, hence she doesn't make the top 5. You know what? Who raised me? It's supposed to be ladies first. I'm clearly not a gentleman, but nonetheless, what's done is done. So I guess ladies second. Number 5, Shayna Baszler. Shayna needs a kick up the arse. We've seen her be ruthless again lately. She put Alba Fire to sleep and she was not letting go. As I said, we need more of this from Shayna. Maybe with the right booking, we can get back that magic that we had in early 2020 and NXT. But maybe that ruthlessness that she displayed is the seeds of change. And with Jade Cargill accidentally tapping out at Clash of the Castle, I see a world where the WWE uses this as a storyline which puts all credibility back into Shayna Baszler, giving her the Money in the Bank and making her more dangerous. And I think it's about time this woman had a singles accolade on the main roster. Number 4, Bianca Belair. She really does not need it, if I'm going to be honest, but she did just lose the Tag Team Championship. And Bianca Belair is too big a name for them to be doing nothing and floundering around. And they're always looking for more accolades to give her. The one accolade that she doesn't have in the WWE is being called Mrs. Money in the Bank. And let's be honest, if they put her in that match, there is no denying that she is the clear favourite. She's been in a tag team this year. Maybe it's time for her to look out for herself again. This could even be the bringer of heel Bianca Belair. Right now, current champion Bayley is a super babyface, and Bianca Belair has not even tried to hide her hate. They have unfinished business for sure. Just like Drew McIntyre couldn't get over the bloodline and turn into the bad guy, Bianca Belair could be the same. She can't get over Damage Control, and now she's the bad guy. Just like Jey Uso separated himself from the bloodline, the same way Bayley is now separated from Damage Control, but it still makes no difference. Bianca Belair's hate is still the one thing that's in front. Bianca Belair is the John Cena of women's wrestling, but John Cena's tagline was rise above hate, and Bianca Belair seems to not be able to do that. So if Bianca Belair was to win the Money in the Bank, I know she would not hesitate to cash in on Bayley. She wouldn't care if Bayley was down and out, because she'd think to herself, how many times has Bayley kicked me when I was down? So the bitter resentment and the Money in the Bank could be the perfect catalyst to heal Bianca Belair. Number 3, Jade Cargill. Now, just like her tag team partner, she does not need the Money in the Bank. But with the loss of the tag titles, that's left her free. And maybe she lost it for this very reason. If Jade Cargill was walking around with the Money in the Bank, she'd be an undeniable threat to any champion. Her winning it could even sow the seeds for this rivalry that everybody's been clamoring for between herself and Bianca Belair. Jealousy of success is the easiest story to tell, but even if they didn't go down that route, Jade Cargill as the Money in the Bank would put the whole division on notice. You wouldn't want to be the champion or the challenger, and I see a world where she just challenges the champion face to face and selects a date. That's something we've yet to see in the women's division. Number 2, someone who the Money in the Bank gimmick was designed for. Her character work is second to none. The Miz was always a fun Mr. Money in the Bank, first time and second time. He brings that perfect balance of pompousness and sliminess, and Chelsea Green is the Miz just packed with estrogen. Now, it doesn't take a lot to win the Money in the Bank. You just need to climb a ladder, so it's feasible that Chelsea Green can win that. But then you would say she's no threat to the champion, and you'd be right, she is no threat to the champion, but Piper Niven is definitely a threat. With her best friend Piper Niven in her corner, that makes Chelsea Green become the most dangerous woman in the whole of the WWE while holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. But like I said, the character work that would come with this would just be must-see television. And the very obvious number 1, Tiffany Stratton. Now, it needs to be Tiffy time all the time, and one way you can do that is by giving her the Money in the Bank briefcase and allowing her to become the WWE Women's Champion. It's crazy how ready she is for the main roster's main event scene. With such a short career, it just makes sense for her to be the Miss Money in the Bank. Her persona is the epitome of Money in the Bank. Just like I said about Chelsea Green, the Money in the Bank briefcase was designed for this type of gimmick. We've recently seen her trying to cozy up to Nia Jax. She even helped her defeat Michin on SmackDown. And with the Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, looking forward to SummerSlam, where she's very likely to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Tiffany Stratton holding the Money in the Bank and being the WWE Women's Champion's friend at the same time, and always be close to her, would be very, very interesting to watch. We could be witnessing the smartest Money in the Bank play in the history of the Money in the Bank. But that was Most Loves Wrestling's top 5 men and women to win the Money in the Bank in 2024. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like. Remember to follow or subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.